Now, let's see one example of classification task. Given this training set, you have a training set. So you can see, okay. So over here you can see the difference between training set and the test set. Training set, you can see the last column here. You have the class. So this is a binary class. So whether it is no or yes. Whereas for the testing set, you have yet to assign the class. So training set is you can apply induction learning for the training set, and then you can come out in a model. Then from that model, you can, when you apply that model, you can generate the so that you can assign a class for the testing set. So over here you have training set and test set. So in this case you have two classes, yes or no, and each record consists of three attributes: attribute 1, attribute 2, and attribute 3, and the last attribute is the class. For the training set, you already assigned the class, whereas for testing set, you use it to determine the accuracy of the model. Now, given this training and testing set, now the next question is what approach that you can, or what kind of model, learning model you can use to solve this problem. So since this one is a classification problem, there are many available options. One is decision tree. You can apply rule based, you can use memory based reasoning, you can even use neural network, Bayes, BNF, or even support vector machine. Now support vector machine, we already covered this topic in the last lecture. Now in this lecture we focus on decision tree. How do you use decision tree to do the classification? Now let's start with the, okay, we examine the training data. Let's examine the, okay, in this case we have this new training data. We have 4 attributes, and then we have the last column is the class. We have binary class here. You have yes and no, and then you have 3 attributes here. 2 attributes are categorical, and then 1 attribute is continuous. What do you mean by categorical? Categorical normally discrete value. For example, here yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then the same thing on the second attribute, which is marital status. You have how many here? You have single, married, and divorced. So refund, you have yes and no. Marital status, you have 3 options: single, married, and divorced. Whereas taxable income, this is continuous. It could be 1 to 5K, 100K, 70K, and so on. General categorical is much easier to handle compared to continuous one. Now, if you apply decision tree, you can come with this decision tree. Now, for example, here you start with refund. From refund, you split it into 2, yes and no. Yes, go to the left. No, go to the right. Now, the second one, you have marital status as the splitting attribute. Now, you divide it into 2 because this is binary. Binary. So even though you have 3 category in the marital status, you decide to group single and divorce into one group and married in another group. So if it is single or divorce, then branch to the left, and then if it married, then you have another branch on the right side. And then the third splitting attribute is taxable income, and then you split it into two. If it is less than 80k, then go to the left side. If it is more than 80k, go to the right side. This is one example to based on training data, you come out with this decision tree. Very simple. And then but we have yet to evaluate whether this one is a good option, because this is one way of splitting the two, or one example of decision tree that you can apply to represent this training data, to model this training data. Let's try another one. Okay, the same training data, but now you have another type of data, the decision tree. Now instead of start with refund, now you start with marriage status. If it is married, go to the left. Then if it is yes, it is single and divorce, go to the right. And then the next splitting attribute is refund. You have yes and no, and then the last one is taxable income. Again, you have no and yes. Now the question here is, which one is the best one, the better one? Is this the one or this one? And this is one question mark that we need to come out with the systematic method to determine which one is a better one, because both decision tree can be used to model this training data. Now based on that, you can apply the one you choose in the ACE learning model. Then you can apply that learning model to predict the test data. Now let's try one data here. Yes, you have let's say you choose the first model. So we have model A and we have model B. Now let's see if we choose model A. Model A, it said no, so that means you go to the right side. And marriage status say it is married, so married it is, go to the right. So the answer should be what? Should be no, right? Okay. You start with refund. So the refund said it is no. That means you go to the right side. And then over here marital status is So you have either in one group is single divorce, or on the right side you have a married group. So that means you go to the right side. So in this case, that means you have to assign no. The class for this data is no. For this row is, for this record is no. Now what happens if you apply the same data set using this data, the second model. So the data is no married ATK. So if we use the second model, married is no. So again it is no. Yes. So if you use this instead of the first one, this one, compared to this one, it seems that the second one is much better, because from married you only check once and then you can get the answer. In the first case, you have to go through 1, 2, 3 condition, 3 steps in order to get the 1, 2, 3 in order to get the answer. You have to check the refund, you have to check the marriage status. Only two checking, and then you get the answer. But over here with the second model, even from the first branch you already get the answer. But sometimes with the same data, same record, you can get different answer, because you apply a different decision tree. So because of that, same record will result in a different result, different answer. It is possible. Now this is where we have this challenge in decision tree. The main issue is how do you split the record. From this example, very simple example, you can come up with 2 different decision tree that able to represent as a learning model for the training data. So this is the main issue. How to specify the attribute condition, and then how to determine the best, and then how to determine to stop the splitting. So this is the challenge or the issue when you apply decision tree. For example here, how do you measure this tree or this tree is better to represent as a model for this data set? So this is where we have this technique. Okay, before that, we need to categorize the test. For example, the test condition. There are 3 different type of attribute type, whether it is nominal, ordinal, or continuous. So in this example, we have categorical, nominal, and we have continuous. And then how do we split the attribute? So it can be binary or multi-way. So of the two decision tree that we in this slide, both are binary split. But in some other cases, it could be multi-way split. For example, you have this attribute, car type, and then car type, you have three category of car: family, sport, and luxury. So if you apply multi-way split, that means you have three branches over here. So if it is binary split, that means these three you need to split it into two. But again, now you have this dilemma: how to find the optimal partitioning based on this. So you can have one way is to group sport and luxury in one group, and you have family in another group, or you can have family and luxury in group A, and you have sports in the second group B. So with binary split, you have this challenge. And okay, another example, let's say you have size, medium, and large. If it is multi-way split, then it should be easy. But the question here is, why do you need the binary split instead of multi-way split if you have three category, right? The answer is because binary split is much easier to handle compared to multi-way split. Because with multi-way split, that means the complexity of the algorithm is higher because you have to check three branches compared to binary split where you only need to check two branches. So again, the dilemma is whether you want to group small and medium in group A, and then you have large in the other group B, or you have medium, large one group and small in another group, or you have small and large one group and medium in another group. So you have there are three ways of splitting here. Simply for a three category. So if you just binary split. Now, okay, this is ordinal attribute. Ordinal attribute, this is the challenge. Now, how about split continuous attribute? Remember in our data here, in our data set here, we have continuous data, 1 to 5. Of course, over here we have 80 and split it into less than 80 or greater than 80. But why do you choose 80? Why don't you split it? One category is less than 100, another category is more than 100. Or one is less than 90k and another one is greater than 90k. So why do you pick 80k? Okay, that is another question. So how do you split continuous attribute? Again, you have two ways to do the splitting: discretization or binary. Binary is simple. You have one group and A, and then another group is less or equal to greater or equal to A. And if it discretization, then you have either static or dynamic. So dynamic means based on percentile, clustering, and so on. For example, taxable income, then you have, if it is binary split, then you come out with one value, and then from this value you split it into two, yes or no. But if it is multi-way split, then you can have one is less than 10k, one is between 10 to 25k, another group is between 25 to 50k, another group 50k to 80k, and the other one is greater than 80k. So that is one option if you apply multi-way split. So how to determine the best split? This is one question over here. So which condition is the best? So for example, okay, on car, let's say you have a attribute of owning a car, whether yes or no. So you have let's say you have 10 record. You can have 10 record. Out of 10 record, condition 1 say yes is 6, no is 4. But if it is multi-split, 3 split, then much more complex. So in this case, out of 10, one is family, one is sport, and one is luxury. And then for class 0 said 1 is in the family class, 8 in the sport class, and 1 in the luxury class. For the second class, 1 is in the family, 0 from the sport, and 7 from the luxury, and so on for student ID as well. Now, how to determine best split? One is to check the homogeneous distribution. So if the class is distributed equally between, for example, 5, so we call it non-homogeneous. So it is not clear because it is 50-50. So impurity degree is very high. That means it is not pure. But if it is obvious, one is on the other group, 9, and then the other group is only 1, then we call it homogeneous. That impurity is very low. So of this, we prefer the second one on the right side, which is the homogeneous one, because impurity degree is very low. It is, but not every attribute can be measured from homogeneous distribution. That's why we cannot come out with this entropy. So to measure not impurity, one way is through homogeneous distribution, but a more systematic one is by calculating the entropy. Now this is quite tricky. How to measure impurity based on entropy? Okay, we use what we call GAN, information GAN. We calculate entropy based on information GAN. The idea is the higher the GAN, information GAN, the better the attribute to be used as splitting criteria. Okay, for example, if you have this, class 1 is 0 and class 2 is 6, so you apply this formula. 0 0 because you have 0 log 2 minus 0 log 0 minus 1 log 1. 1 here because 6 over 6. And one class is 0 over 6 and another class is 6 plus 6. That's why what a better example, this one. You have one class 2 instant, and another class you have 4 instant. So you apply the formula 2 over 6 log 2 over 6 minus 4 over 6, because total is 6, and then 4 over 6, and entropy is 0.92. So the division here is 6. This is the total number of instant, and the positive instant is 2 minus negative instant is 4. So this is the formula. So the entropy for this is minus 92. So if you compare these three, out of these three, let's say the first one is attribute 1. The second one is attribute 2, and the third one is attribute 3. So of these three attributes, which one you prefer for the splitting? So in this case, the highest one, you need to pick the highest one. So the highest one is 0.92. So in this case, you can use attribute 3 as the splitting attribute compared to the other 3. So if we have 3 attributes competing to be the splitting attribute, you calculate. You can use this formula to calculate the entropy, and then you pick the highest one. Okay, this is how you apply the information gain. I give you one example. Okay, let's come back to this training data. So now you have 3 competing attributes here: refund, marital status, and taxable income. So you want to choose which of these 3 to be the best splitting attribute of these 3. Remember, from this example in the previous slide, you have 2 you can use 2 decision tree to represent the learning model for this training data. But now you want to measure based on information gain, which of these 3 is the best splitting attribute? Is it refund, marital status, or taxable income? So in order to choose which one is the best attribute for splitting, you need to calculate the information gain of these 3. How to calculate? Okay, we use this formula. Okay, so applying that formula, you calculate this one. Now, first you need to calculate the entropy for cheat. Entropy for cheat is you need to calculate between yes and no. So yes and no is, you have a total of 10. Yes is 4 instant, no is 6 instant. That's why you have this formula. 4 divided by 10 log 4 by divided by 10 plus 6 divided by 10 log 6 divided by 10. And then you have the entropy for this, the last column is 0.97. Okay. Okay, this is not log 10, it is log 2. Now you want to determine the entropy for marital status. Now, but you decide to have two groups. One is married and divorced, and the other one is single. Okay. Married divorce, the marital status based on married and divorce is married and divorce. Married, how many is fall under married and divorce? For a positive attribute, positive instant, married and divorce. Married and divorce, you only have one instant for yes, so that's why you have 1/6. That means out of married and divorce, you have 6 instance of married and divorce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of the 6, yes instant is 1. Of course, the no instance would be 5. So the entropy for married divorce is 0.65. Now how about entropy for single? So you need to calculate the instant for single. 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of these 4, you have 3 instant for yes, and then you have 1 instant for no. That's why you have 1/4 and 3/4 here, and then the entropy for this single is 0.81. Now from these two, you can calculate the entropy for marital status. Now marital status is not straightforward because you need to calculate the entropy for each group first, and then from there you apply this formula, and then you come out with 0.71. Now once you have this, then you have the information gain for marital status is 0.26. Now you can apply the same formula to calculate the information for refund and then information gain for taxable income. Now once you have that, then you can choose which one is the best. So the higher the information gain, the better is that attribute to be used as the splitting attribute. Okay, so it is very important to understand how to calculate the information gain. You need to know, given a training data set, you need to apply this formula so that you can construct the and then your construction of decision tree. The most important one is the splitting attribute. Now you have the challenge of given the attribute, list of attribute, which one will be the best splitting. And then if it is you have two value only, yes and no, then much easier to calculate. If it is three category, then you need to pick which one is the good one. And again, if it is continuous value, again you need to come out with a good value for splitting. So you can only determine which one is the best once you calculate the information gain of that attribute. Then you can create a very good decision tree to model your the learning model for the training data set. Oke, itu saja untuk pagi ini untuk this topic inductive learning. So I will post this